Hi everyone, welcome to Part of the Galaxy Tarot. Today I'm going to be doing a reading for the collective sign of Virgo. We are going to be doing a Celtic cross. I do want to let you know that cross watchers are welcome as well. Please flip switch the energies roles, as the energies roles might be reversed. Also, I do want to let you know that time is fluid. So the energy could be something that has happened in the past. It could be something that is currently taking place, or it could be something that will be unfolding in the future. So Virgo, the universe has a message for you today. Let's set sail and find out what it is. Angel, spirits, guides, ancestors, please can you connect me to the energy of our Virgo collective? Help me to channel any messages for their greatest and highest good. Anything that they need to know for this reading. Can you please show me the main energy that our Virgo collective is in at this time, please, and thank you for these messages. What is the main energy that our Virgos are currently in? We do have the Ace of Pentacles. Can you please show me, making sure there's no card there at the bottom. Can you please show me what is any energy that is crossing our Virgo collective at this time, please, and thank you for these messages. I do also want to let you know that I only take jumpers, so I appreciate your patience, and the cards have already been shuffled to prior to this reading. Show me what is crossing our Virgos. We do have the Seven of Wands here. What is the energy in the subconscious? Five of Pentacles. Show me the energy of the past, please. What is the energy of the past for my Virgos? Please and thank you. You have the Hermit, which is your major arcana, showing up for your own reading here. And we have the Five of Swords. Please show me what is the distant future energy for my Virgos, please and thank you. We do have the Seven of Cups. What is the near future energy for my Virgos, please? So we have the Two of Pentacles and the Two of Cups, 2-2. Can I please have the energy that shows what my Virgos are thinking about this situation that we're going to be reading on? We have the Magus, which is the Magician. The surrounding energy, we have the Devil, major for Capricorn. The hopes and fears, we have the Queen of Swords. And the outcome, we have the Page of Wands. Interesting. That just wanted to come out. Okay, so bottom of the deck, we do have the Queen of Wands over here. That's what you don't see coming. Queen of Wands can represent a fire sign, but it could also represent someone that is confident, someone that's in their power, someone that isn't afraid of taking risks to go after what they want here. So Virgo, I'm going to walk you through the energy of these cards, and then we will pull some clarifiers. In your current energy, we do have the Ace of Pentacles. I do see that there's some solid new opportunity that has currently fallen into your lap. I'm getting here. Just taking a look at the cards available to us, I am seeing quite a bit of pentacles. We have pentacles, pentacles, more pentacles. So I'm getting quite a bit of earth energy. Yeah, we also have swords, cups, and one wand. Interesting. The energy that's crossing you, though, I am seeing the 7 of Wands. So someone has their guard up here. Someone has their guard up. Someone is trying to protect something. We'll take a look and see why that's there. The energy that you're unaware of is the 5 of Pentacles. I am getting that someone is maybe subconsciously afraid of financial lack, of being short of money. You can see this person is reaching for these pentacles up here in the trees. It's kind of like they're out of reach. So we'll take a look and see why that energy is there. In your past energy, you do have the Hermit, which is the Virgo energy, major for Virgo. That's actually one of my favorite cards in the deck. And funny enough, the planet that they're looking at, it has rings around it. So it makes me think of Saturn. Saturn has just moved into Aries at this time, which is all about, for all of the signs, it's about working hard and being consistent and showing up. And if you're able to do this, you will get rewarded at the end. But it's also about, you know, going for what you want, going for your goals. This is now the time to move forward. But yeah, just looking at, yeah, so we do have the Hermit and we have the 5 of Swords. It looks like in the past, I am getting that this is your energy. You were looking inside. Here is again the planet with the rings. And I'm seeing 2 people and they both holding on to swords, and they both separated into, I want to say, 2 different segments or spheres. So it looks like there was some kind of separation between you and someone. It could have been because of some mental blockages. Something that perhaps wasn't aligned mentally, the way that you thought of something and the way that the other person that you were dealing with thought of something could have been misaligned. In your near future, though, we do have the 2 of Pentacles and the 2 of Cups. So it looks like someone here in the near future is making a decision about a love situation, a love offer. This could be a long-standing partnership. But someone is having to make a decision, or someone is juggling over here. Could be that you're having to juggle work and a relationship, or some outside factor and this relationship here. We'll take a look and clarify further. In the distant future, we have the 7 of Cups. This can represent illusion, but in this card specifically for me, it's kind of like this person is diving into the ocean and these cups are filled over here. So it's, for me, it's more like you will be surrounded by opportunities. Now, in the energy that represents how you view this reading, I am seeing the Magician. The Magician is major for Gemini. Could be dealing with a Gemini, but it's also about manifesting. This is the card for the planet Mercury. I know Mercury is going to be going into retrograde at the end of the month here, but it is mercurial energy. It all has to do with the mind, cerebral thinking. Mercury is one of the fastest moving planets around the sun. or it is the fastest moving planet. So things happen very sporadically, very quickly here. So we'll take a look and clarify this. The surrounding energy, though, we do have the devil. Now, the devil can be something of an extreme. It's intense energy. That's why Capricorn, your fellow earth sign, is the only one that can handle this energy. But I do see here in this picture specifically, there's someone that is looking rather sad, and there's money that's falling. So I'm not sure if this has to do with some you know, financial struggles here. We will clarify. Or some toxicity, some burdens here. Moving on to your hopes and fears, we do have the Queen of Swords. So there seems like there's going to be an honest conversation that you're afraid to have. Afraid of having some kind of honest conversation. Afraid of someone saying something and being straightforward that might hurt the other party. Or maybe this is a conversation that actually needs to be had, but you're afraid to have this conversation. But maybe there's a deep part of you that is hoping to have this conversation and get things clear and out of the way. In the outcome here, we do have the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is all about something, starting something new. This is igniting a new passion within you. But it's also about, because you can see this person is dodging these balls of fire that are, you know, coming from above. And it looks like they're having to move quickly. So passionate is moving quickly. They're also having to watch their step. So it's all about stepping on the right path, so that you're not missing any opportunities here. Let's go ahead and pull some clarifiers to get deeper into this message for you. Please clarify this Ace of Pentacles for our Virgo collective. Why do we have this? We have the Lovers. That is Major Arcana for Gemini. Can I get 2 more cards, please? And we have the Four of Wands, and we have the Emperor. Wow. So whatever this is a destined or fated meeting. This could be between you and someone, or it could be, if this is not with regards to any relationship, it could be a path that you're set out on, a new beginning, a new path that is destined, that is guided by the divine. We do have the Emperor here. So this is urging you to take control of the situation. Because if you do take control of the situation, or this offer or opportunity that has been given to you, we do have the Four of Wands, and that represents celebrations, that represents stability. If it is a relationship and you are being urged to take control of the situation and step up to where you need to be stepping up to take this opportunity. If it is a relationship, there could be it could lead to a serious commitment. It could lead to a long-term partnership. It could lead to marriage. But if this is sorry, my throat is clearing up. For some of you, it could be related to your throat chakra. It could be something that you're needing to discuss talk about with someone. But yeah, if this is like a business relationship, or a calling, perhaps a higher calling, this is something that is destined. And it is showing here that you are going to be a leader. You can be a great leader for this. And this will be a very stable outcome here for you. Why do we have this 7 of Wands though, please, Spirit? Show me, why do we have the 7 of Wands, please? We have the 9 of Wands. Two more cards, please. We have the Ace of Pentacles, which is the same as what we got in your current energy. And we have the 6 of Swords. So the seven of Wands is about holding your boundaries, standing firm for something. It seems like you're dealing with a situation where you're struggling to stand firm for what you believe in. Perhaps you're dealing with a situation that's, you know, twisting your arm. If this is about, you know, a new business venture or work situation, there is an opportunity. However, it seems that whatever this opportunity that you're currently in, there might be like some negotiation where you're having to stand firm. If this is relationship, same thing. You could have this new relationship, however, you're needing to stand firm in what you believe in or what is good for you as well. Because we do have the 9 of Wands. It seems like you're tired here. It's like you're almost at the finish line, but you need to keep going for this new opportunity to come to fruition. And the 6 of Swords is about moving to calmer waters. But over here, it's showing that, yes, right now you're in a painful situation, I'm getting. Or, well, I'm seeing here the swords, and this person's walking on the swords to get to the other side. It's like, you know, you're having to cross the bridge, cross the finish line. But in order to do this, you need to stand firm. Like, you cannot fold in whatever this decision is. You need to stand firm. You need to keep going in order to get to this new beginning here. In order to get past this new beginning. It might be very tiresome for you, what you're dealing with, and you're having to keep those boundaries up is what I'm getting here. Show me, why do we have the 5 of Pentacles at the bottom? Yeah, so we do have the Ace of Cups. Show me more. We have the Page of Cups, the 8 of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, and the Knight of Wands. So 5 of Pentacles is in the subconscious. This is a fear of being left out in the cold. Or a thought of being left out in the cold. Perhaps you're left out in the cold in this situation because you're standing your ground for the situation. Perhaps whatever you're dealing with, whether it's work or a relationship, they're expecting to get their way. But because you're standing firm, you might be left out in the cold. There is something to do with, because I'm getting the Ace of Cups and the Page of Cups. So that is emotion. We also have the Ace of Wands. That's passion. The Eight of Pentacles. That has to do with putting in the work. And the Knight of Wands is taking passionate action. So what I'm getting here is that you might be out in the cold, or you may have left someone out in the cold. And you're wanting to connect. You're wanting to have this heart-to-heart. You're wanting to come back in, or let them back in, and have this passionate new beginning, this loving new beginning, this loving conversation. You're wanting to work on things, and you're wanting to take passionate action. You're thinking of this. You're thinking of, you know, what if you were to do that? I think it's playing on your mind heavily, you know, whether you should continue to stand your ground or whether you should give in. I'm getting either you're considering giving in and maybe apologizing to someone about a situation, or you're wanting them to give in and apologize about a situation. Take it as it resonates. This is a general reading, so this could be for love or, you know, work, business, friends, family. But yeah, there is someone out in the cold, and you're considering all these possibilities. You know, what if you were to you know, make nice with the person, because it is challenging you here to stand your ground in something. Show me, why do we have this Hermit and the Five of Swords, please, in the past energy? We have the Queen of Cups. Show me more. We have the Death card on its side. And we have the Knight of Swords. Yeah, so I'm getting that for a lot of you in the past, you had to go and look inside, because you had to do some inner work. You had to do some inner work and look into things and look for the truth, look for answers as to why you and this person that you were dealing with in the past, you were not on the same page about something. I'm getting it was like a mental gap, like you were here and they were here. You and them weren't congruent. Because I do have the Queen of Cups here, so this does show that this was a very nurtured connection in the past, whatever it was. You and this person did connect on a level of love. So there's a lot of love in this connection that you both put into this connection, that you both nurtured. But there was some kind of ending. I'm not sure if this is love. It could have been like a separation or a breakup. But now it's not the Death card that comes out upright. The Death card is not. So if the Death card's upright, then it's an ending, right? If the Death card is going to be in reverse, it means that, you know, this is not an ending, or like an ending. You've escaped an ending, so to say. But it came out on its side here. So this is kind of like, you know, when you separate from someone, or you have a breakup, and then it's breakups to makeups, and, you know, it's like that kind of gray area where you just break up with someone, and then you're kind of thinking like, you know, do I want to contact them, or are they going to contact me? You know, does this have a chance of us getting back together, kind of thing? That's what I'm getting. And this was, you know, whatever this took place, this ending here, which is not, you know, you have questions in your head about whether this is a full-on ending. Is it like final, like is it over? You know, like officially over? Do we tell all our friends and our family about this ending? It happened very quickly and unexpectedly out of the blue. Whatever, there was some conversation, there was something that was said, something that was admitted by one of the parties, you or your person. If it's work, same thing, like it was an ending. You know, like if it's like, let's say a job, someone's just like, I quit, you know, and then you're at that situation where maybe your boss calls you back like, are you really gonna quit this job? You know, is there anything that we can do to keep you, kind of situation? That's like the energy that I'm getting. Take it for a relationship as well, you know. Let's go ahead and clarify this this upcoming energy. Yeah, so we have the Two of Pentacles and the Two of Cups. Please clarify that. Why do we have that here, Spirit? Ten of Wands. The Chariot. And one more card, please. We have a card that hit the floor. I haven't had one of those in a while. Maybe that's a sign. Maybe it's showing that something over here is at rock bottom. And the Hierophant, yes. So, yeah, in your near future, this reading is starting to make more and more sense as we're going along here. Let me not jinx myself though, touch wood. In your near future, we do have the Two of Pentacles and the Two of Cups. It's someone that's making a decision about, do I want this connection? Can we work this out? Can we work this out? That's what I'm getting. You know, if I go back to this connection after we've had this kind of ending or disagreement, you know, am I going to be putting myself in a situation where, you know, I'm at a disadvantage by going back? Because are we going to be, whatever the issue is, are things going to change? Because that's normally when you have a breakup and it's like, are things going to change? Or are we just going to get back together and then go back into the same repeated pattern until this maybe happens again in the future and we're back at the same place where we started? Because we do have the Ten of Wands here. That is some kind of heavy burden. We do have the Chariot, which is moving forward, and we do have the Hierophant, which could be like a lesson. You know, it's kind of like, do I, because, you know, sometimes when you end a relationship, it's kind of like you feel like a relief, like, oh, I don't have to deal with that anymore. But then reality kicks in and you start missing the person, and, you know, that's where things get tough and you are starting to doubt and, you know, waiting for that person to call you. You keep checking your phone. I'm getting something like that energy here. You know, like, do I want to put this burden down for good? Or is this a burden that I can continue carrying in the name of love for this relationship? Do I want to move forward? Do I want to move forward alone in this Chariot? Or do I want to move forward in this relationship with this person? And I think this is where you have to ask your higher self. You have to seek counsel from Spirit. And, you know, ultimately you have to ask yourself, is this a lesson? Is this a lesson that I'm supposed to be learning? Or has the person that I'm dealing with, have they learned their lesson? Because I'm telling you, if they haven't, you're going back into the same situation. And then you have to ask yourself if it goes back to the same previous, you know, situation of whatever it was that caused this breakup or the separation. Is that something that you're willing to put yourself through? Or is it better to just cut the cords now and, you know, have the hard part, have the hurting, do the healing, so that you're moving on to new things? I know that it's scary though. It's scary though to face all of this, right? It's scary to be like, especially if you've been with someone for a long time, to have to face that aloneness by yourself. And especially like over this time where it's, you know, Valentine's Day, it's like a Hallmark holiday. I know that is especially a hard time to deal with, where it's just in your face. You know, you like go on social media and it's everywhere. Clarify this upcoming energy as 7 of Cups, please, for my Virgos. We do have the 3 of Pentacles. 2 more cards, please, Spirit. See, we have the 2 of Cups again. So we had 2 of Cups here. I'm starting to get, for a lot of you, this is a reading about a love and partnership. King of Pentacles. Yeah, so, you know, distant future, there are going to be many options. There's going to be many options and many possibilities. The question is, one of them, are we going to be able to put in the work and work as a team? If there was some kind of third party involved over here, are they still going to be part of the problem in the future? You know, and it doesn't have to be another person. It could be, you know, you name it, work, family, friends. You know your, if this is your story, you'll know exactly what it is. Are they still going to be part of the scenario? Because if they are, you know, you might not want to be in it. You want the 2 of Cups, not the 3. So are you going to be able to put in the work to, you know, be with your person? Is this going to be stable enough? Maybe for some of you, this has to do with money. I am seeing that this person is riding this pentacle, this coin, and they're dressed like a devil. So maybe it was money that was an issue. So it's kind of like, you know, you like looking at your own, you're kind of weighing out your options. Am I going to be better just being by myself and seeing what out, you know, whatever else is out there? Or are we going to be able to put in the work and make this work? I think for a lot of you, you might be looking at your stability. I think that might be a concern. But I do think like a lot of Virgos, I mean, I've known Virgos, and I think a lot of them as well are very good as independent people, because they're actually very good at, you know, taking care of themselves, so to say. Clarify this Magician energy here for our Virgos, please. Why do we have this? So we have the Strength and the 10 of Swords. We have the Page of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, I'm kind of getting like for you, what's that movie? There was a movie with Jim Carrey and Kate Winslet about like them breaking up and, you know, them just being able to erase each other from their minds as if they never met. I'm kind of getting like an energy here with the Magician. It's kind of like, give me the strength to just end this, you know, to stop feeling so much heartache. You're manifesting this, to start this new beginning, and like to make a success out of my life, like to be fine by myself, to you know, to have that business, make that money, find those partners. It's kind of like a part of you is not wanting to deal with all of this. A part of you is just saying, give me the strength, and I know it's going to really suck, but you know, within a breakup, if you have the strength and you know that something's not good for you, and you are determined to, you know, have that new beginning and make things work out, I'll tell you that is definitely possible. 100%. It's gonna suck, but you know what, a lot of the times that pain that you go through is really like the lessons that you grow through. You become so much stronger, you become so much better, and that's why a lot of people are stuck in the places that they are, because they're too scared to go through that pain and that hurt. So they just keep going, they just keep themselves stuck in their safe space, which is this scenario that you're dealing with, right? If you don't go through the pain, you're not going to go through that growth. And that's where, you know, that caterpillar turns into that butterfly. So I know it's not pleasant, but you don't know what's on the other side of that, baby. Now, in the surrounding area energy, you have the Devil and the Five of Wands. 2 more cards, please. King of Wands. Justice. Yeah, I mean, it looks like surrounding you, it could be this person. Maybe this person that you're dealing with has some kind of issues with finance, or some toxic addictions, or some strings attached to something that they can't let go of. I'm getting like with this King of Wands, I'm getting kind of like a reckless energy. So the person that you could be dealing with could be very reckless. We do have the Five of Wands, so there could be like a lot of people involved, or competition that they're putting you through, or maybe because of this reckless energy, you guys get into arguments here. And they need to balance things out with you. The question is, are they going to do it? I think they're thinking of it. But, you know, are they really going to change for good, or is this just something that they're saying to be saying it, you know, and then going back to their old ways? In the energy that surrounds you is the Queen of Swords. So we do have the King of Swords next to that. That is like I want to say that normally like it would be, you know, like a pair, a divine couple, which could be, but this card's dark, this card's light. I'm getting like you're afraid that there could be words. There could be truth spoken that maybe, or in the past, that you cannot go back from. 4 Swords. You're hoping to heal. You're hoping that this relationship could heal. Maybe not in the sense of healing to get back together, but maybe to just heal so that, you know, I don't know if you're the type of person that could want to be friends after this, or keep in touch, especially if you've been with this person for a long time. And of course that won't happen at the beginning of, you know, the ending of the relationship, but it can happen after like time, like a couple of years. Separation will be hard though. So we do have the Queen of Swords, the King of Swords, the 4 of Swords, the Death, and the 5 of Swords. Yeah, so I am getting over here that your hopes and fears, you're afraid, and you're fearing that, you know, what was done, what was said cannot be unsaid. I think that that's pretty much true in this scenario. I think that, you know, even if you guys were to turn back and go back to the relationship, there was just too much that was said over here. Maybe someone let things bottle up, and then you know, just exploded and everything just came out. And now it's kind of like, yeah, I said that about the person, or they said that about me, and I can't see them differently, you know, like I can't see them the way that I used to see them before. With the Four of Swords, yeah, you're afraid that what was said, what was spoken, it cannot be healed, that this is, you know, an ending, like the nail in the coffin. Because we do have the Five of Swords, that's kind of like a win at all costs. So whatever this argument was, whatever happened, it seemed like, you know, someone did want to win at all costs, and they said what they needed to say at the time in the heat of the moment, to win, and at what cost now? Because now it's kind of like you can't go back, right? And that ties into the you're afraid that unfortunately that has happened. You hope that it wouldn't happen, but it seems like that's where it is at. Clarify this Page of Wands here in the outcome, please. We have the King of Cups, the Eight of Cups, and the Ten of Cups. Well, that's nice. So we do have the Page of Wands here. Now, I think the outcome of year for you, Virgos, is going to be 50-50. Like 50% of you are going to open your hearts. I want to say open your heart and try and work things out with this connection, hoping that it will get to the Ten of Cups. But I want to actually say, no, it's not going to be 50-50. A small percentage of you, I think, is going to do that. But I think majority of you are, you know, taking your heart or what's left of it, and you're going to be walking away from this connection, and you're going to be going towards your Ten of Cups. Someone that values you, someone that appreciates you, someone that's going to put in the work, someone that's going to be more sensitive with how you feel about things. Or maybe just, you know, sometimes because things don't work out, it doesn't necessarily mean that you know, the person didn't love you or didn't care for you. Sometimes we have these people in our lives that are not there, you know, reason, season, or what's a reason, season, or a moment. You know, sometimes they are there for a reason, and that's for us to grow and be stronger. And sometimes, you know, there are these connections that you might end up going back to. This is all up to you. So yeah, I do think that this could be, for some of you, you're going to step carefully, you're going to dodge the bullets, so to say, and you're going to ignite your passion in a new direction. You're going to take your heart and what's left of it, and you're going to leave the situation, and you're going to move towards your Ten of Cups. The other half of you, this person might reach out to you with a message that might ignite things between the two of you. You're going to be open with your heart, and you are going to return to their cups of love, and you're both going to be hoping to make this work out for the better. So you take it, you know where you're going to go. I'm just the messenger. You take it as it resonates. Virgo, I also want to say, if this reading does resonate, speaking of which, please like, share, comment, subscribe. It will help the channel. And if you do subscribe, it helps me to connect to your energy for future readings. I am going to pull an oracle card quickly for you. Just see what Spirit wants you to know. Well, we have the two that came out, so we'll take it. We have forgive and compassion. This is talking about forgiveness. And remember that forgiveness isn't just for the other person. It's actually for yourself. You can forgive this person for whatever they've done. And you don't have to reconnect with them. Just because you've forgiven someone doesn't mean that you have to reconnect. And compassion. I think that goes a long way because everyone is living, you know, everyone has their path and everyone has their lessons to learn. Okay, so let's quickly read over here. The first one was forgive. It says qualities, fortitude, understanding, mercy, grace, compassion. Lunar power. The waning moon is when the moon gradually begins to fade away in the sky. You may find yourself missing the illumination and excitement of the full moon, but the waning moon phase is perhaps the most powerful. The dream work you do right now firmly focuses on your inner healing, and if you don't put the essential foundations of forgiveness in place at this time, you risk sabotaging the success of all your dream rituals. And then we have compassion, heart, empathy, consideration, kindness, humanity, lunar power. You need compassion for yourself more than ever during the waning period, where the focus is on nurturing self-care. However, self-absorption must always be balanced by consideration for others. Dreams, again, point the way here. They illustrate your shared humanity. Whatever our differences, we all dream, we all are unique, but at the same time also interconnected by something greater than ourselves. So if you get the chance to become a dream oracle for others, seize it. And the mantra is, I am always there for myself and others in my dreams. All right, my beautiful Virgos, that was your message. I hope it helped and resonated for most of you. Know that I love you all very much. And remember to trust the stars, follow your intuition, and I'll see you in the next cosmic voyage.